Hi, and welcome back to my kitchen. This is the perfect time of year for apple bread, and that's what we're going to make today. I'm in the South and we're having unusually chilly weather. I think it's going down to 17 tonight. The high today, which we reached at 10 o'clock this morning, was 23, and it's all downhill from there. So we're going to make some apple bread. Now I've separated the liquid from the dry. In the dry ingredient bowl, which is a little larger, I've got 2 cups of self-rising flour and 2 cups of sugar. And I stirred it all together. Now in the wet bowl, so far I've only got 2 eggs. Got 2 eggs in there. I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of, it called for milk. I don't usually keep milk, so I used buttermilk. And I overdid this one a little bit, so it's going to be out of camera here. Here we go. This is a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, which is now all over my counter, and a teaspoon of vanilla, got all that mixed in. Now I'm going to go ahead and add this dry to the wet liquid, and this is 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and a 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, and I'm just going to mix it in here. Make sure that it gets mixed in real well. Now, I say that and it's sticking to the bowl. You need 2 cups of diced apples. Here's mine. And what I used really small apples. In fact, they came in a bag. Any apple will work in this recipe. You just get whatever you want to. These are Red Delicious, and they're very small, as you can see. It took 4 to make 2 cups. So, all right, we're on our way here. Now I'm going to take this wet liquid and I'm going to mix it into the dry. Try to get all my flavorings out. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. In the meantime, you're going to grease a 9x5 loaf pan, and if it tends to stick, don't use you know, an oil or a spray. Use a shortening. So I got my oven preheating. Well, actually it's already preheated to 350 degrees. A little bit of more buttermilk. Alright, now I'm going to start out with this, but I'm sure I'm not going to end up with it. So I'm just going to get all these mixed together. And I haven't added the apples yet. And I think I'm going to do away with this already. I'm going to add the apples last. Because I just think it would be easier to get everything incorporated without them in here. Just make sure you get everything incorporated real well. It's going to be kind of a stiff batter. Oh, it smells good. It smells good in here. Oops-a-daisy. I got a bad habit of drifting out of the camera's view. Alright. I believe that's got it. Here goes my 2 cups of diced apples. I'm just going to incorporate them. Am I still in the picture here? Yeah. You know, try to get it evenly throughout the batter so you don't have, you know, a big empty space in your bread. Although with 2 cups of sugar, it's more like a loaf cake to me. Alright. Now I got my little sprayed pan here. And here we go. Just gonna pour it in. Alright, it's going to even itself out, but I'm going to help it a little bit. Then I'm going to put it in my oven. It has to bake an hour at 350. And then it's got to cool just a little bit, and then I'll turn it out and we'll be back. Well, y'all, here's my apple cake. And I had a failure with it. You saw me fix the whole thing and went exactly by the directions. I left it in there an hour. It was nice and crisp on the top. I thought it was done. So I put it on my cake plate. And when I was flipping it over to put the right side up, it broke open like a raw egg. It was raw inside. So I took my pan and set it up like this and just put it right back over it and put it back in the oven for another 45 minutes. And when I took it out this time, it is done, but it stuck to the bottom of my pan and came apart again. So, this is what I'm left with. It looks horrible, but let's see how it tastes. See, it's still steaming hot. Can you all see that? Whoop! Flip it back over. Look at that. It looks wonderful. Let's give it a taste. As hot as it is, I'm going to move that to the side. Put my cake there. Get a fork out of here and take a little bite. I don't know what caused this. I've never had a failure like this. I don't know, but we'll see what it tastes like after an hour and 45 minutes in the oven. It's very good. I don't know how a recipe could be so far off on the timing. And I gauged my oven so I know it was the right temperature. But if you all make this, and it is good, it really is, watch the timing. Now, the only thing I can think of is I took my flour out of the freezer because I keep my flour and meal in the freezer, and maybe it was cold, and that could have affected, I mean, I know it was cold, but it could have affected the timing. That's all I know. But it's a really good, they call it a bread. It's sweeter than a bread, I'd say. Very good. Very, very good. Give it a try. Watch your timing. Give me a thumbs up if you like the recipe. And please subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, you all take care.